What a good dad you are.
Big news for you, huh, babe?
Yeah, so I haven't shared much about this because I honestly went to my doctor and had talked to him a while ago and basically told my doctor a bunch of concerns that I had and was told that's pretty normal. And I was like, okay. And then I went to my doctor again and told him my concerns again, and we went to schedule an ultrasound, and then I had a bunch of hiccups with our insurance, and so it never happened. So basically I have had no answers, and I haven't wanted to talk about how I have no answers and I just have all these issues with my body and problems. I have mentioned that I have had a really hard time healing from the birth and pregnancy with Max, but I haven't really mentioned how. So this is the point where if you're not interested in a bunch of way too personal TMI and you're maybe a guy that doesn't even want to hear about all this stuff, then turn away, click away, do whatever you want. But right now I'm going to get real up close and personal with the things that are happening with me that, who knows, maybe this is something that other people are experiencing and they've been told it's normal and they are having to suffer through it, you know? Even just having, it's not even a full diagnosis, but even having knowledge of what could be the diagnosis of what I'm going through is super helpful, because I at least know, hey, I'm not crazy and I actually am experiencing these things and it's a legitimate problem, you know? So anyways, how come you don't want to be on camera?
Oh, I didn't want to be like chewing really loudly in the camera.
Oh, I was like, why don't you want to sit by me?
Because I'm eating breakfast and Max and I are chewing real loud.
Are you chewing loud, Max?
He's like,
That's true, he is. So yesterday I ended up going to the doctor. There were two main things that I was able to find out. One is that I have a prolapsed uterus, which means that things are not in the right place, and it can cause a bunch of other problems. And then I also have pelvic congestive syndrome or something, and that the doctor said he is not a specialist in, and he would like to send me to a specialist so that I can either get a for sure diagnosis or I can get some help with it. I also have to go to physical therapy for it. Or I also want to go to physical therapy for it. I asked about physical therapy and he said yes, that could help. So I was like, well, then I want to do it. Because part of the problem that I've been having is that anytime I run or anytime I, for more than like 2 minutes or something, anytime I run or exercise hardly at all, suddenly I start to bleed like it's my period, even if it's not my period, and even if it's usually just spotting, not heavy. And this is the TMI part. So anyways, but this has been a huge problem because it makes me feel like no matter what I do, I can't get healthy. Like anytime I go to the gym, anytime I try, it's like, I mean, so many people are like, well, just exercise or just eat healthier, and I could definitely eat healthier. I know that that's true, but like exercising for me helps to give me motivation to keep going with my healthy eating, and I haven't been able to do it. And I know that's an excuse, but still, that's part of what's truly happening right now. So anyways, today I'm going to go and get an ultrasound in a little bit, and then if there's anything else, because I've also been having really strong stomach pain, and I just was like, listen, I I would rather be safe than sorry and get the ultrasound and know what's going on with me than not, because I am tired of feeling this way and not knowing what to do about it. So anyways, that's the lowdown. That's what's been going on, and I am actually super relieved even just to know, especially the pelvic congestion syndrome or whatever, because like every symptom I have had from at least the list that I read, I might have to check and make sure that that's true. But it was almost dead on, and I was like, whoa, okay, that explains this pain and this pain and this pain and this pain and this pain. So that was really exciting for me. I almost felt like crying at the doctor's office because I was like, I've needed to hear that I'm not crazy and that I'm actually, like, the things that I'm experiencing are at least connected, or it almost gives validity to my pain because it's not just all in my head, you know what I mean? And it's a real thing, and I have a real reason that things just haven't been going my way. I haven't been able to get super fit, and it's really super frustrating. So anyways, time to go get an ultrasound, I guess.
So is there hope?
Yes.
Can you get healing from this now that you understand, like, or you're getting answers of what it could be or what it is? Is there a chance for you to be able to recover?
Yes,
but without knowing what it is, how are you going to recover?
Well, because it was...
Things like this don't just go away, right?
I mean, literally, the things that make it worse were walking, standing, bending, being intimate, and what else?
You mean kissing?
Lifting
okay.
things, which we've been moving, and so I walk and bend and stand, like, and lift all day.
Well, you've been having these symptoms before the move.
Yeah, but they
it
got
seems
worse.
Exaggerated now.
Yeah, and those are the things that make it worse. So it was like, whoa, that makes so much sense.
Oh, Max found some cups that aren't supposed to be in the house anymore because we've
downsized all of our cups, and we're just doing 1 cup per kid, and that's all we need. And I love it so far. But we didn't quite get rid of the other cups yet, so Max found them.
And he's poopy. Are you poopy?
No.
Yeah, you are. Don't you lie to me.
Say, I'm poopy.
No.
I smell it. I smell it.
Hi.
I'm Max.
What?
But say, I'm cute.
A gift.
Say, I want a drink.
A drink.
Okay, I'll get you a drink.
Did you get some water?
Yeah.
So I have just felt like a really lazy person because okay, so for instance, I go to the gym a little bit ago, and I'm like super motivated. I'm like, I don't care what happens, I'm gonna make this happen, I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna do a really good job. And I get there and I run for 5 minutes, and then I'm like, wow, I feel really good. And then I'm like, I'm gonna run a mile today. I think I can do it. I feel really good. So I run a mile. Then instantly I get this horrible pain in my stomach. And I'm like, oh. And all of my energy just drains out just like that. And then I find out I'm bleeding, and I'm like, oh my goodness, what is happening to me? What is happening to me? So it feels like I'm being lazy, but when in reality, I'm hitting a wall every single time I try to progress in that way, and it makes me so that I have to sit down and I have to lay down and I have to not be getting up and grabbing stuff and doing things all the time because I have to heal from it after every time I work out. So anyways, so that's where I'm at. I gotta go. We gotta figure this thing out. Hey everybody, so I am at the doctor's office. I'm kind of a mess, but I have to go to the doctor because I'm having a lot of stomach pain and it's getting worse, so I need to go see what's going on. Okay. I am in the doctor's office now. Look. Things. Anyways. The doctor might be coming. But I just had to answer a whole bunch of questions, and hopefully I can get my stomach pain kind of taken care of, because it's been weirdly, well, I feel like it's weirdly getting worse, and I just need to make sure I take care of it instead of ignoring it and then ending up at the emergency room. So hopefully we can get an ultrasound today, because I would really feel better after that. Okay, now we're gonna do they're gonna check me to see if everything is normal down there, and they're doing a urine test. One of my legs was longer than the other one. He was like, he's a normal family doctor, but he adjusted it like a chiropractor. And then he said, wow, it's even now. And I was like, well, that's interesting. And sounds like they might have an idea what the heck is going on with me. He read to me the symptoms of a certain diagnosis that he thinks it might be, and I have every single one of the things that's going on, and I was like, that could be really awesome. I think they're coming now, so I'm gonna be checked. Pap smear, that's what it is. I need to get a pap smear. Okay, so the doctor just came in, and I did the pap smear and told me something that I actually am so happy about. He said he would come in and discuss it afterwards, but he just said, has anybody ever told you you're... And I was like, no. And he's like, okay, get dressed and then we'll talk about it. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm just waiting for him to come back in, and then we'll talk about what's going on, because this could make everything so much better. I've felt like something was going on for such a long time that I did not know what was going on, and it's like causing all sorts of pain and discomfort and inability to exercise, because anytime I exercise I just have complications. And so I'm really hoping that when he comes back in I'll get some major answers, hopefully, and that everything will be making a lot more sense.
Sometimes if you're having pain in your stomach and they want to see why, they'll take an ultrasound and look.
Basically, it's like taking pictures of the inside of your body so that we can see what's going on. And no, I'm not pregnant. Sorry.
But I want to hear how it went.
Okay, so anyways, it hurt because it was a...
Pressure.
Well, pressure too. First they made me drink a whole bunch of water. Well, I drank the water before because they told me to. And then I was like making sure to not drink too much so that I wouldn't be in desperate need to go to the bathroom before the appointment. And they were late. They were doing somebody else's appointment, so it made it so that it was very hard for me to not go to the bathroom. TMI, but anyways, it was really, really hard. And then she quickly did the ultrasound just on my stomach, and it just makes me sick to my stomach. Makes me nauseous, like, oh, any pressure on my stomach hurts. And she did that, and then I peed.
Did they see anything?
She can't say.
Oh.
I asked her specifically, I was like, can you tell me more?
Usually like, when we get an ultrasound, the doctor is there and he can talk about it, can't he?
Not always.
They're like, oh,
sometimes.
Here's the head, and you know, when they're looking at a baby.
Oh yeah, if they're looking at a baby. But if they see anything concerning, they are not allowed to say anything about it, because they're not a doctor, they can't diagnose.
Got it.
So anyways, then she did a...
So you don't know anything?
No, I don't. But then she did an intrauterine ultrasound.
Okay.
So,
Is
you know
painful?
what that entails?
No, I've never been there for that one.
Well, I stick something up there.
Okay.
And then, anyways, she didn't say that she saw anything weird at all. Anyways, right where, inside, like my hip cavity area where it's been hurting, she said there was a lymph node there. So that was really interesting, because the very spot she was pointing at and holding the ultrasound on, she's like, the only thing that's really there is a lymph node or something. So I don't have any answers, but then because it was in the same building, I saw the physical therapy place, and I was like, I'm just gonna run over there and check to make sure that they got the information order for my appointment or whatever. I went over there and they were like, actually we don't have that order, and it's a good thing that you came in to tell us about that, because typically it doesn't just pop up in their system unless the doctor calls and says we sent you this order, and then they can search it.
Wow.
So they didn't even get the order at all.
So it's a good thing you went in, huh?
They said it's a good thing you came in.
Cool.
So then I made an appointment, and it turns out there's a specialty lady that does everything pelvic floor.
Good.
And she
At
knows
this doctor's office?
Yes.
Great.
And that's who I made an appointment with.
What time?
Tuesday.
Now, when do you find out the news of the actual ultrasound? Because there's got to be a doctor go over.
Monday.
Okay, so let me
'Cause
put it in
they're-
my phone so we can make sure you make it to both appointments.
I don't know if it's an actual appointment on Monday or
A
if,
phone call?
if it's just gonna be a phone call. I
Okay.
don't know. But either way, I'm gonna have to follow up and make sure that they tell me what they saw
Okay.
in there. But yeah, the lady that's going to be my physical therapist called and was like, they teach you how to take care of your baby, but they need to teach you how to take care of your body after having a baby, because, and what to check for and complications that can happen, like diastasis recti, where like your muscles, your ab muscles literally rip apart, and then you can put like fit fingers in your stomach area. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, there's lots of different things that can happen.
All right, well,
so
thanks for the report.
That's all.
Good job.
When we were kids, just hanging at the playground, when all we hear